Welcome to final BSc Statistics students. In this class, we discuss one of the theorem of optimum allocation in stratified random sampling. What is the theorem? The statement of the theorem: variance of y bar st, that is variance of the stratified sample mean, or simply variance of the sample mean, is minimum for fixed sample size small n, if Ni is proportional to capital Ni Si, Ni is proportional to Ni Si, capital Ni Si. If you recollect, this is one of the rule of the optimum allocation. What are the rules of the optimum allocation? What are the principles? Variance is minimum for fixed sample size n. Variance is minimum for fixed desired precision. Variance is minimum for total cost C. Like that, we have the principles. So, in which this is one of the principles. Variance is minimum for fixed sample size n. When this is possible, it is provided, it provides Ni is proportional to Ni. If you consider the sample size Ni drawn from the ith stratum, that is by using SRSWR, it is going to be considered if you consider Ni is proportional to capital Ni into Si. So N1 is proportional to N1S1, N2 is proportional to taken as N2S2, etc. So that is possible. This provides variance of y bar st is minimum for fixed sample size n. Hope you understand. Do you understand this? This is what exactly the principle provides. So under this condition, Ni is proportional to Ni Si. Right? So now we prove this. Proof of this particular theorem. For which you consider first of all what is variance of y bar st. I write the formula of variance of y bar st in stratified random sampling. What is variance of y bar st? The first formula I am writing, that is 1 by n square summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni capital Ni into capital Ni minus small ni into Si square by Ni. This is the formula of the variance of y bar st. I convert, this is another particular formula. That's variance of y bar st. Whenever you want to differentiate or in the particular theorem, I consider another formula. I divide small ni inside of capital Ni minus small ni for these two terms. That is capital Ni multiplied by capital Ni divided by small ni. Capital Ni by small ni minus small ni by small ni. It becomes 1 multiplied by Si square. So let you consider equation 1. What is this? Variance of y bar st. Variance of y bar st. The formula is 1 by capital N square summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni multiplied by capital Ni by small ni minus 1 into Si square. This is the formula of variance of y bar st. Now I consider to calculate the minimum value of variance of y bar st for the variations in the small n, that is the sample size small n. for which I consider Lagrange's function. So what is this Lagrange's function? It is to be considered as phi is equal to the variance of y bar st plus subject to the condition. I consider subject to the condition as summation I is equal to 1 to k ni is equal to small n. What is this? This is the one of the principle of stratified random sampling. How do you draw a stratified random sample means in such a way that SRSWOR technique we apply in the stratum, each stratum for small to draw small n1 from capital N1 and up to all the samples, that is small nk from capital Nk, that is n1 small n1 is going to be drawn from capital N1, similarly and so on, from capital Nk small nk is to be drawn. These are all the samples drawn by using SRSWOR, and then if you add all these values you should get small n. This is stratified random sample. The stratified random sample is small n, whereas remaining all n1, n2 and so on ni, nk, which are all drawn by using SRSWOR technique. So that's what we have learned in the stratified random sampling. So in stratified random sampling, summation ni is equal to small n, summation capital N is equal to capital N. That is what the required result in the stratified random sampling, in which if you consider summation I is equal to 1 to k n is equal to small n, this is I am considering for fixed sample size n as a subject to the condition. So subject to the condition I consider with Lagrange's multiplier lambda multiplied by, now I consider this summation I is equal to 1 to k ni minus n. What it becomes? 0. Summation ni is equal to n, so n minus n becomes 0. So therefore multiplied by lambda, so it is 0. So there is no effect of phi is equal to variance of y bar st. So if you want to consider, if you want to minimize phi, then it is obviously it is the meaning of the minimization of phi is nothing but minimization of variance of y bar st. So this has no particular effect. This has no particular effect because it is 0. So that is why, that is what my argument, that where I consider lambda is Lagrange's multiplier. I consider lambda is Lagrange's multiplier and phi is Lagrange's function. So now I minimize phi, the function phi, Lagrange's function, with respect to that is the subject to the condition that summation I is equal to 1 to k n is equal to n. Do you understand this? Now I minimize f instead of variance of y bar st, which is nothing but minimization of variance of y bar st. Do you understand that? So this is the what. Now I minimize this by considering variance of y bar st. Variance of y bar st is equal to this second formula. What I have considered the first equation. So I use this particular formula here. So therefore I substitute phi is equal to 1 by n square summation I is equal to 1 to k capital Ni into capital Ni divided by small ni minus 1 into Si square plus lambda into summation I is equal to 1 to k small ni minus n. Have you understand this? So therefore phi is equal to this. Lagrange's function phi is equal to this. So now I partial differentiate with respect to ni. So I calculate the value of ni. So it is required to calculate ni because the variation in n, small n, depends on the value of ni. Ni is only the part which varies from one particular sample to another particular sample. In the sample, total sample size is small n, ni only varies. If ni varies, it fixes the values of small n. The value of small n. The value of small n is going to be fixed by small ni. Remember small ni. Therefore, I consider to minimize the function phi, Lagrange's function phi. I differentiate with respect to small ni. Now, do you understand now? So now I consider that differentiation part. So therefore consider or differentiate Lagrange's function phi with respect to ni, that is and equal to 0. Rho phi by rho ni is equivalent to 0. Okay. So now you see here, what is this value? How the differentiation depends on? The differentiation depends on ni. So now I write this particular formula, and so that then we differentiate. I write the formula here, so that it is clear to you that it indicates very clearly that whenever you differentiate it, summation will not be appear. So why this summation is not going to be appear? I'll tell you. So I take a common 1 by n square and remaining values I write. Substitute I is equal to 1. n1 into n1 by small n1 minus 1 into s1 square. Substitute I is equal to 2. That is n2 multiplied by capital N2 by small n2 minus 1 into s2 square. Plus and so on plus I term. So ni multiplied by small ni minus 1 into si square. Plus and so on k term. Nk multiplied by nk by small nk minus 1 into sk square. So this is the summational value. If you apply summation I is equal to 1 to and so on k. If I substitute I is equal to 1, this is the term, 2, this is the term, plus and so on I, this is the term, k, this is the term. Now differentiation is with respect to ni. Remember, it is with respect to ni, small ni. Now we differentiate with respect to ni, leave 1 by n square. I am writing 1 by capital N square. Multiplied by differentiation with respect to ni, this entire thing is constant, differentiation becomes 0. Do you understand that? There is no ni. Differentiation with respect to ni. So this is constant, becomes 0. Differentiation becomes 0. Here, there is no ni, small ni. The entire thing is constant, differentiation becomes 0. And so on and so on. This is the ith term. Now we have to differentiate with respect to ni. So ni is here. So capital Ni is constant multiplied by capital Ni. So ni square, ni multiplied by ni into, okay, we'll do the square bracket. 1 by ni, differentiation is 1 by x, minus 1 by x square. So minus 1 by ni square. Minus 1, differentiation 0. And multiplied by si square, constant. Okay, so plus and so on, differentiation is 0. Plus and so on, nk, there is no ni. Differentiation is with respect to ni, this is constant, differentiation becomes 0. Do you understand that? So therefore, many of students ask and do in general, so one particular wrong. They keep summation here. They write summation here. Not like that. Differentiation, while you doing the differentiation with respect to ni, we are differentiating ith term. And so many students ask doubt that where is summation I is equal to 1 to k after differentiation. You see here, there is no summation here. Where is summation? They are asking the question. This is the reason there is no summation. We are differentiating first term, second term, and so on, ith term, and so on, kth term. We are differentiating with respect to ith term only, that is ni, with respect to ni. Remaining all differentiation becomes 0. That is what you have to keep in your mind. You have to understand, right? So therefore, the only ith term differentiation is this. Remaining differentiations are 0. Therefore, there is no summation. After separating the summation, we have to differentiate this, and then we have to differentiate in this fashion, and so that we got this particular term. Therefore, there is no summation. So we have to expand the summation, do the differentiation, and then do the value, get the differentiation. So right, next similarly, plus lambda, so n1 plus n2 plus nk, that is n1, this is plus n2 plus n so on plus ni plus n so on plus nk. Differentiation for n1 0, n2 0, and so ni differentiation 1. So therefore lambda plus lambda into differentiation 1. So minus n, differentiation becomes 0. Differentiation with respect to ni. Therefore differentiation for ni is 1, remaining all is zeros, and n also 0. So therefore this is equivalent to 0. This is minus term. Okay, I write one more step. This is minus ni square, numerator, si square divided by capital N square into small ni square plus lambda is equal to 0. You understand this? Now, Now we have to go further and calculate the value of Ni. We have to calculate value of Ni. So that I take this particular term right hand side or this particular term right hand side. So that we get this particular value. Which implies lambda is equal to capital Ni square into Si square divided by capital N square into small ni square. But this is not required to calculate. Now you have to calculate Ni, the value of Ni, small ni. So now I calculate the value of small ni. I take this particular term left hand side and lambda to the right hand side. So Ni square is equal to capital Ni square into Si square divided by capital N square into lambda, which implies I write here, which implies Ni is equal to, so it is required to calculate Ni. So Ni into Si divided by capital N into root lambda. All are square terms except lambda, right? So therefore Ni is equal to Ni into Si by capital N into root lambda. Let me consider equation 2. Now you have to calculate root lambda or lambda, value of lambda. You have to calculate value of lambda and again you have to substitute in this equation 2, then you will get Ni. Okay, and before that I calculate here itself, I calculate dou square phi by dou Ni square, second differentiation. If you want to prove any particular value which is going to be provided as a minimum value, if you want to calculate a minimum value of a particular function, then we have to show the second differentiation must be greater than 0. So I am calculating second differentiation is equivalent to b. First differentiation is this. Okay, leave 0. So this is the first differentiation. Do the second differentiation. Do again the differentiation for this. So Ni into Ni square into Si square multiplied by divided by capital N square, which are constants. Now minus 1 by x square differentiation, minus 2 by x cube. So minus of minus plus 2 by Ni cube. Differentiation finished because lambda differentiation is 0. Right? So now differentiation finished. Now you see the value. Capital Ni square is always positive, capital N square is always positive, Si square positive, Ni cube positive. Ni cube positive. So therefore this is always greater than 0. Therefore second differentiation provides greater than 0. Therefore whichever Ni we calculate, it provides the minimum value of the variance of y bar st, that is function. Minimum value of phi, Lagrange's function. Lagrange's function phi provides the minimum value for variance of y bar st. Therefore variance of y bar st will take the minimum value for whatever the value of Ni we have calculated. Right? So now I calculate further the value of Ni. Right? So leaving this particular differentiation as well, and after calculation of this differentiation, I am proceeding further that I am calculating now. Do you understand this? I am calculating now the value of small ni by calculating the value of root lambda, that is lambda. So now I calculate lambda. Only one option to calculate lambda. Lambda calculate cheyadaniiki oke oka option undi. What is that? That is take summation on both sides here. That is Ni is equal to, this is the value here, Ni is equal to Ni Si divided by capital N into root lambda. Okay, for which I am considering both sides, that is summation with respect to I is equal to 1 to k. So summation I is equal to 1 to k small ni is equivalent to b. Summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni Si divided by N into root lambda. N and root lambda are constants, I can take it outside. Summation N is equal to small n, right? So is equal to, now summation is only for these two values, N and Si. So therefore summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni into Si divided by N into root lambda. What do you want to calculate? Value of lambda. Take left hand side, take this particular term right hand side. So therefore root lambda is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni Si divided by capital N into small n. This is the value of root lambda. No need to calculate again lambda because there is root lambda in the equation. Substitute in the equation 2 this value of root lambda, substitute in equation 2. Therefore what we get? Therefore, Ni is equal to Ni Si divided by n into root lambda. Root lambda is summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni Si divided by capital N into small n. Do you understand this? This value of root lambda I have substituted here. In the place of root lambda, I have substituted here. So therefore, Ni is nothing but I cancel capital N. Therefore, Ni is equal to, we got the final value, small n, I am taking in the numerator, n multiplied by Ni Si divided by summation I is equal to 1 to k capital Ni Si. This is the value of small ni. This is the value of small ni. So now you see, so now you have to prove the theorem. Now you have to prove the theorem by taking this particular result. This is the value of Na, no doubt about it. But now you see, small n is constant. Summation I is equal to 1 to k Ni Si is also constant. So therefore, Ni is always proportional to the value of Ni Si. That is, Ni is proportional to capital Ni Si. That is what the theorem which is required to us. That is, in a condition that if you consider variance of y bar st which is minimum, it is provided by Ni is proportional to Ni Si. It is provided by small ni is proportional to capital Ni Si. That is the theorem. So which means Ni, the proportionate value of small ni is capital Ni Si. You can state in another fashion, variance of y bar st provides, which gives the minimum value for taking the large value, more precise estimates, which gives the more precise estimates of variance of y bar and y bar st, variance of the sample mean, by taking the large value Ni, large value Si, which provides the Ni gives the more precise estimates to the variance of the sample mean. In such fashion also we can specify, and also we can specify that Ni is proportional to whatever the sample size Ni, it is proportional to the size of the ith stratum and also population mean square, that is variance, that is variation. Simply to specify, it is another kind of variation in ith stratum Si, capital Si. It is proportional to two values Ni into Si. So that is the theorem. That is variance of y bar st is minimum. Variance of the sample mean is minimum for fixed sample size n if Ni is proportional to capital Ni Si. Thank you.